It has now been 3 years since the Vitae social media platform, then still in beta or test phase, was taken offline on suspicion of being a Ponzi pyramid and criminal organization. That is why, on behalf of 20,000 members since August 2021 of the interest group wearevitae.org, we ask, via the media, an answer from the Public Prosecution Office to the following questions. Question 1. How many complaints were filed against Vitae AG or its founders with the Belgian authorities before June 22, 2021, the day on which the Belgian Federal Public Prosecutor's Office took the social media platform Vitae offline? Vitae then had 230,000 members in more than 100 countries. Question 2. How many victims have reported on the websites of law firms DGDM and Bannister and of Het Belang van Limburg after June 22, 2021? Question 3. When, for what reason, and by which authorities was the judicial investigation against Vitae started? Was that in June 2020? Question 4. What action did the Belgian Financial Supervisory Authority FSMA take after questions, no complaints, in March-April 2020 from barely 2 users out of 20,000 at that time about the activities of the Vitae platform, and why, if this would have been necessary, was there no warning on the website as happened for other crypto MLM initiatives? FSMA publishes lists of companies that are suspicious and formulates, see the link shown here. Why was the usual procedure not followed if questions arose about Vitae? Quote, a sanction is always imposed in the context of a procedure provided for in the law of 2nd August 2002 on the supervision of the financial sector and financial services. The main actors are the Sanctions Committee, the Management Committee, and the Auditor of the FSMA. The Management Committee orders the auditor to investigate if it has serious indications of unlawful practices. These indications may arise from complaints from third parties or from the audit work of the FSMA services. The hearing officer conducts the investigation. He has various investigative powers, including requesting written information and documents and interrogating persons. The hearing officer may also, with the permission of the investigating judge, request data regarding electronic communications that are relevant to the file. When the facts have been investigated, the hearing officer transmits the account of the facts to the party involved. It is explained for which facts an administrative sanction can be imposed. The party involved will be given 1 month to express its views. The auditor then draws up the final investigation report and concludes the investigation by submitting this report to the Management Committee. If FSMA had followed this procedure, Vitae management would have been in contact with the supervisor, especially because Vitae AG hired lawyer Renzo Ottoy as legal advisor due to his previous assignments for the FSMA and for various banks. Ottoy had also, at the request of Vitae AG, completed additional training to become a data protection officer. On April 17, 2024, the European Commission also first asked TikTok Lite for information about a reward function for users before imposing sanctions. The Belgian judiciary acted completely differently. See below points 5 and 6. Question 5. Protecting potential victims from scams appears to have been the motivation for the platform's closure on June 22, 2021. Again, why then has the Belgian judiciary not proactively called the founders of the Vitae platform to account or asked for an explanation about this platform in dépistage? These clarifications would have avoided many incorrect interpretations later. Question 6. Why did it took more than 12 months after the Federal Judicial Police, FJP, launched a judicial investigation in June 2020 to actually take action against Vitae? After all, the investigating judge had already deployed heavy resources in June 2020, eavesdropping equipment, GPS under cars, and even an infiltrator in Vitae's management. As a result, the Belgian judicial system watched idly as 200,000 additional members, although already victims in their eyes, registered voluntarily. After all, according to investigating Judge Philippe van Linthout, such heavy resources are not used lightly, but only after there are very serious indications. Interview in De Wereld van Sophie on Radio 1, 31st August 2022. Question 7. Why, after using all these heavy investigative resources for 12 months, was no hard evidence shown on June 24, 2021, when the federal public prosecutor accused Vitae of being a criminal organization? This raises the question, how was it possible that a number of media could report the closure of the Vitae platform 2 days before the official announcement by the federal public prosecutor's office, and even during the first interrogations of the suspects on June 22nd? How and by whom was this information leaked to the press? Or was there another agenda at play? Question 8. How many personnel, man-hours, and material resources has the Belgian judicial system already invested in the investigation into Vitae? And how much has the judicial investigation into Vitae already cost taxpayers? Question 9. Regulations for crypto providers in Belgium were often unclear and contradictory. Vitae AG was located in Zug, the Swiss crypto valley, precisely because Switzerland was then the only country in Europe with strict and clear regulations for crypto tokens. In January 2024, Brussels Law School Consultancy wrote about current gaps and challenges for cryptocurrencies in Belgium. See the link shown here. Is there more clarity today? Question 10. Since the FJP Infiltrator was present at many meetings, both in Belgium and Switzerland, he was aware of the efforts to obtain a non-action letter from the Swiss financial regulator FINMA. The Infiltrator also knew about the audits that were requested by the Vitae management and about the intention to soon launch the first features. Isn't it suspicious that the FJP raid on top managers on June 22, 2021 happened just before these features would come online and Vitae would receive the VQF certificate as an important step in the legalization process in Switzerland? These are two facts of which the Infiltrator was indeed aware. VQF stands for Certificate from the Swiss Financial Services Standards Association. Was it precisely for this reason that he quickly informed the FJP to strike so that these two positive elements would not appear in the file? Question 11. In view of points 4, 6, and 10, we are still waiting for the answer to the crucial question: why did the Belgian authorities not give a chance to adjustments at legal and administrative level, which were fully underway by the management of Vitae AG in Switzerland? Question 12. According to the indictment of the Belgian Public Prosecutor's Office, Vitae was a Ponzi. By analogy with existing and even listed companies such as Amway, Herbalife, etc., MLM is not the same as Ponzi and is therefore permitted as a sales organization for a product. Why does the FJP keep repeating the accusation of Ponzi, although it should have been clear to the Infiltrator and also from reading the seized computers that Vitae had saved costs, marketing consultants, nor effort, dozens of papers on this, up to thoroughly test a first version of this new social media platform with features products in the beta or test phase? Question 13. The prosecutor repeatedly referred to the open source or newsletter behind MLM to start an investigation into Vitae. What evidence of fraud practices by Vitae has the prosecutor investigating judge received from behind MLM? See also on the wearevitae.org contributions website our email to Mr. Oz, the anonymous person behind MLM. We asked behind MLM to correct pertinent lies, email to which there was never a response from Mr. Oz. Question 14. Did the prosecutor investigating judge contact the American Stock Exchange watchdog, SEC, regarding Vitae after it asked questions about the crypto coin Vitae, and even more so, after the SEC saw no reason to investigate further? See SEC document at wearevitae.org, Vitae AG. Question 15. Has the prosecutor investigating judge conducted an investigation into the named Michael Weber Bradley? Question 16. Did the prosecutor investigating judge consult the reputable consultancy companies that had carried out several audits on behalf of Vitae's management and did they read these working documents? Question 17. When will the prosecutor investigating judge provide irrefutable evidence that the founders, managers had diverted funds from the Vitae system? To whom? How? When? How many? Where to? Question 18. Remarkably, the source code of the Vitae platform remains to this day, 3 years after June 22, 2021, apparently not analyzed, although it provides undeniable answers to question 17 above. The Belgian judicial system would even have received subsidies from Europol for the analysis of this source code. Where are the results of that analysis? Question 19. Since Vitae was taken offline, several similar initiatives with crypto coins have been started, including new social media platforms such as, among others, Social, BeReal, Blue Sky, PI Network, Sidra Forum, ICE, or Punk Panda, and specific characteristics of Vitae have even been adopted by the classic platforms, Meta, YouTube. In April 2024, it was reported that a newcomer, TikTok Lite, wanted to reward its users with bonus points, more or less like Vitae credits, but the European Commission asked for explanations for fear of possible addictive effects. The major difference being that Vitae is a social media platform that does not record or sell personal data to advertisers and data brokers, and it also does not use algorithms to make users addicted or lock them in their bubbles. What was wrong with Vitae that could justify a brutal closure without the slightest warning from the judicial authorities and/or economic affairs? See point 4. Question 20. Why did Vitae, as a European alternative to the American and Chinese major platforms, have to be nipped in the bud? KVAB, the Royal Flemish Academy of Belgium, pointed out in a recent report the urgent need for European and local social media platforms. See the link shown and click on Download Position. It is remarkable that Vitae contains in fact all by KVAB recommended characteristics: protection of data, not driven by profit motives for the sake of advertising revenue, also that local social media are important for our own methodological and scientific innovations, and so on. Consider that the Vitae platform added 200,000 new users in just 1 year, between March 2020 and June 2021, while the platform was still in testing phase. Consequently, after the public launch with free access in June 2022, in the middle of the COVID period, and when Meta Facebook was confronted with a lot of criticism, Vitae would today, in June 2024, most likely have, at this exponential growth rate, more than 10 or 15 million users on a European alternative to American and Chinese big tech. Question 21. Due to rash actions, 3 years after the Vitae platform was taken offline, it seems that the Federal Judicial Police, which nevertheless suffers from chronic shortages of men and financial resources, has consumed large budgets from the Belgian taxpayer, as if the FJP does not seem to realize that the Vitae platform would have generated a lot of income for the Belgian tax authorities, including additional income from the purchase and use of the Vitae token by Belgians, from their active actions on the platform, and from innovative developments by Belgian European companies, including games, AI, streaming, video conferencing, and from placing additional features, tools, and activities on the Vitae social media platform. Question 22. Because users were rewarded for their actions and creativity on the Vitae platform, a possibility that has since also existed on traditional platforms, monthly invoices were sent to users via a software that was licensed at $45,000 per year. The members were responsible for their own tax payments. For this purpose, the Vitae management had contacted known tax specialists in order to make training packages available in Vitae Education free of charge for upgraded members or for a fee for free members. In passing, we would like to point out that Vitae AG, in accordance with the applicable regulations in the canton of Zug, would have paid a worldwide tax and would have filed a VAT return in all countries in which this was legally required. Everything was ready for this and is unambiguously in the source code of the Vitae platform. Without hard evidence from the Belgian judicial apparatus, for the interest group we are Vitae.org, the conclusion of this press conference on the reasons for closing the new Vitae social media platform on June 22, 2021 can only be the following question. Have a handful of overzealous senior officials in the judicial system made wrong assessments due to performance and career pressure, with disastrous consequences for the Vitae AG company and 230,000 users of the Vitae platform? Have they come to realize that they may have committed a serious mistake for which higher authorities can seriously blame them? Is that why they allow the matter to drag on, hoping that the victims of their rash actions will be discouraged and financially exhausted? In other words, after us the flood, après nous le déluge. Finally, the victims of the so-called criminal organization Vitae are not known, but the victims of the Belgian Justice Department are. These are those who have lost their Vitae tokens and credits as a result of the closure of the Vitae platform, the reason for existence of we are Vitae.org. These are the many who bought Vitae tokens on official crypto exchanges, not banned and completely legal, at a certain price, and saw them drop to almost zero after the intervention of the FJP. Support our fight for justice. Visit wearevitae.org today and make your voice heard. Together, we will prevail and restore Vitae as a beacon of digital freedom. The stakes have never been higher. The time to act is now. The future of digital freedom hangs in the balance, and your contribution can make all the difference.